Beginning in 1999, Silver Cross Hospital recognized the outstanding accomplishments of individuals in the healthcare profession with the Silver Cross SEHRING Medal of Excellence. The medal honors the memory of George H. SEHRING, MD, a dedicated physician who served the community for more than 40 years. Past recipients include Dr. Daniel Gutierrez, Dr. Richard Tarizio, Dr. Wiley Mullen, Dr. Samuel Goldhaber, Laura McGuire, Dr. Bun Soo Ko, Keaton Nixon, Dr. Irving Bill Rudman, Dr. Tom Streitz, Dr. Al and Kay Ray, Dr. Ernesto Tan, Dr. Mark Danielson, Dr. Joseph P. Karsavich. The 2013 Silver Cross SEHRING Medal of Excellence recipient is Dr. Paul Morimoto. Born July 7, 1930 in Centralia, Washington, Paul was the only child of his parents Sam and Florence. His father was an X-ray technician in the local clinic, and his mother was a homemaker. Paul was 11 years old during World War II. His family, along with over 100,000 other Japanese Americans, was required to move to an internment that was known as a relocation work camp located in Tule Lake, Washington. Paul and his parents spent the next 4 years of their lives at the camp. Through this difficult time, Paul learned to never give up, no matter how difficult life gets, because things always turn out for the better. Once released from the camp, Paul and his parents moved to Chicago to start a new life. Paul graduated from Lakeview High School. He then attended North Park Junior College and pursued his undergraduate pre-med degree at Northwestern University. It was in Spanish class of Paul's junior year he met Ruth, who was studying sociology. As they got to know each other, they realized they were both at the same work camp in Washington State when they were younger. This unique bond and strong love for one another has enabled them to be married for 62 years. As the couple began their new life together, they welcomed their first son, Stephen, in 1952, who's now an oral surgeon. During this time, Paul attended medical school at the University of Illinois in Chicago and did his internship at Cook County Hospital. During this time, he had an ophthalmology rotation and became fascinated with the gadgets that are used within this discipline. And his passion and hard work so impressed the hospital's chief of staff that he offered Paul the one available residency slot. After completing medical school in 1956, Paul served in the National Guard for 7 years as a captain in the medical platoon. Shortly after, Paul joined a medical practice with Dr. Bob Blennon in Joliet. In 1961, his second son, David, was born, who is now an ophthalmologist. Paul not only shared the unique bond of having a career in the health field with both of his sons, but they all practiced in the same building.
One day in surgery, my father, my brother, and I were all operating the same day, so the surgery schedule listed both Paul Morimoto, Steve Morimoto, as well as David Morimoto together. And I know when my father saw that, it made him smile, gave him some satisfaction seeing both of his sons working together with him. In fact, he did take a copy of that schedule home with him, and I think it provided him a level of satisfaction to see both of us operating with him. And it was something that gave my brother and I a lot of satisfaction as well, since we've been a very close family, and working together like that was just a pinnacle of our career.
Paul often reminds his sons to always practice medicine in the best way to help patients. He followed his own advice throughout his career by learning new procedures so he could provide better care to his patients. This drive quickly established Dr. Morimoto as an innovative doctor at Silver Cross Hospital. So when he was looking for funding to purchase the first microscope to perform groundbreaking eye surgery at Silver Cross, Childergill donated the money so the hospital could purchase the new equipment. Dr. Morimoto was one of the area's first physicians to perform such state-of-the-art eye procedures, such as cataract, eye implant, and artificial tear duct surgeries using this new technology. Dr. Morimoto always found time to give back to the community. He served as secretary on the Silver Cross medical staff. He was, and still is, active in the Chicago Ophthalmology Society, attending meetings to keep up with the current advancements. One of his most memorable volunteer efforts is with the Joliet Rotary. He started the club's avoidable blindness screenings. Dr. Morimoto noticed some of his patients were going blind, but they had no symptoms of diabetes. When investigated, these patients actually had type 2 diabetes.
My father saw as a personal mission was to help educate the public about the importance of diabetes, the impact it can have on an individual's life.
Since blindness was a consequence of unknown diabetes, Dr. Morimoto and his team provided an annual screening event using Joliet Rotarians as volunteers. Through these efforts, many people found help. When he's been able to find the time, over the years Paul has been an avid runner and competed in many half marathons. Even at the age of 72, he competed in triathlons, placing second for his age group 3 times. He also loves to fish, golf, and play tennis. Because of Dr. Morimoto's inspiring commitment to provide exceptional care and service to the residents of Will County, the Silver Cross Hospital Board of Directors proudly awards him the 2013 Silver Cross SEHRING Medal of Excellence.